Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another playday of Talent League Minor Edition. As you know, there's a lot. The main Talent League over a few days ago. A few days, I think it was 20. But we're here for some minor games, and there's a lot of important actions. So stick around, and there's a lot of cool games happening these days. I mean, today's game itself is Team Ninso versus the Blue Jays, which is actually a very high stakes game. I'll get into that a bit later. But yeah, before I waffle on for too long, because I think I've already messed up this intro kind of because I didn't really say what I wanted to say. But I'm joined here with Squishy. How are you doing, Squishy?
Good, yeah. Thank you, Jaeger, for the intro. You haven't cast in a long time, so
True. Prepping for uni. Just busy all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, like I haven't casted for like almost a month, so I'm sorry if I felt a bit rusty. But yeah, it's a very high stakes game, Squishy, and
Yeah,
Team
definitely.
Ninso because and I mean, just read it out for the viewers watching who don't really know, is if Team Ninso wins, they will secure first place in the minor league and a spot in the Champion Series. But if it is a draw, the leaderboard will not change, but Ninso will confirm a spot basically in the Champion Series. But Blue Jays, like, they need to win this, I think. I mean, they don't need to win this, but if they win, they get placed first basically, and Ninso will drop to second, and they'll basically lock their spot. And I think it's depending on Mouse plays against their game against Blue Jays for the spot, something like that. But basically, it's a high stakes game. I think both teams really need to win this to help them secure their spot. And yeah, I think that's about for me. Anything else, Kushi?
Yeah, I mean, Ninso, they're fighting like a confirmed spot for Champions Series, but Blue Jays, even if they win, it's a chance. They don't 100% guarantee, but they have to win, like bet on other teams to lose or win their games. But I mean, back on Oregon, and I've been heard it's called Boregon because it's boring. Oregon.
It is. It's not as boring as some other maps that used to be in the Siege. Like, I'm thinking back to Old Border. I mean, this is Siege Boomer moment, right? Old Border, old bank. The same strat when you did basement attacking. It's not the same. There's definitely variety. But I guess you could say it's one of those maps in the competitive map pool that just it's very similar in how you see. There's like 2 or 3 different kinds of styles. And that's usually why people call it Oregon. Thatcher is always going to be banned, but I think that's the same for every map. But I mean,
yeah, and both teams are quite undefeated on Oregon. So again,
true, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a close, really fun game, or it could just be like 7-0.
I hope it's not a 7-0. I think for the sake of the viewers and the sake of the high stakes game, I think it would be really interesting.
And the sake of being you.
Yeah, I mean, coming off, I think the last bit of professional Siege I actually watched was the 6 Major, right, in Mexico. And I'm thinking back to the Team 1 Cyclops. I mean, I don't know how many of you actually had watched that, but the Team 1 Cyclops game where they had to go into overtime and then they had to do a regame for the first. There was just really, really awesome just watching that competitive Siege, and I'm coming back into casting, and I'm expecting to see some overtimes, really close games, so it'll be kind of anticlimactic to be like a 7-1, 7-0, right?
So Mexico major, kind of level games here at Talent League. Like, this is what we're looking for.
We can hope, right? We can hope. Yeah. We can hope and pray. But
we always hope. We
hope for having really close games. But yeah, I mean, we're just waiting on the team to join the lobby. So I mean, we're just talk a bit over like some of the games that maybe have happened or the few. Like, you want to go through some of them?
Yeah, and I mean, like, both teams, as I said, have been quite undefeated. Oregon, very close. Blue Jays winning 7-4 and 7-4 again, and Team Ninso winning 7-3 and 7-4. So both teams very even score lines. So it's honestly, from the stats for both teams overall in Oregon, it's hopefully going to be a close game. And most of people watching believe that Blue Jays is going to win. Because you always love the underdogs to want to win. Yeah, it's a great.
I mean, would you call them underdogs?
Yeah, they're underdogs in this game. They're not underdogs in the league. They're underdogs in this game. Team Ninso
I guess, yeah, I mean,
are the team to be.
More pressure, right? They have more pressure on them.
Yeah, more pressure on them. And as we said, they have a chance to be in the Champion Series spot. But Team Ninso, I'm not gonna say they can be comfortable. They still need to be like aware, and pressure needs to be applied so they understand. So Champion Series spot can do them so much good. It can get them so far, and that's what we want to see from teams get from like T4 leagues to God knows where, really.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, we were talking about this. We didn't even talk about the standings, about how actually it works out in the end. So basically, to run it down, Team Ninso is in number 1 with 34 points right now, and Blue Jays is on 3rd place with 31 points. So basically, if they win, I think because of point differential, they get moved to first over them at the same number of points. So I don't think we explained that, so I just want to specify that. because I kind of didn't. But if Team Ninso win this, they put themselves on 37, which means that there's no other team that could basically try to win that considerably.
And
Yeah.
I believe because it's my league, it's obviously best of one, but apparently it can't go overtime.
Nope. It's if it goes 6-6, it's done.
Draw. It's a draw. And you want to see some overtime like madness.
Well, I use it as a thing because I wanted to see a close game. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit rusty. You gotta cut me some slack. But yeah, I had good intentions. It's
good intentions. Yeah.
Good intentions. I just want to see a nice close game. Maybe a 6-6. Maybe a 6-6 will probably not be the result that either team wants. I mean, Blue Jays need that kind of. Not Blue Jays. Sorry, Ninso want that kind of result. But
no, because if Ninso get the draw, they're champion series either way.
Yeah, they're confirmed, right? But for as a viewer, especially when I'm considering back to the old EU League and LATAM where 6-6 was a draw, it just kind of felt empty a bit as a viewer, right? Because you want to know who wins that kind of game. You want to know who comes out on top of these Clash of the Titans kind of scenarios. But and they go 6-6, it's kind of just a meh. Like I don't know. It just leaves an empty feeling, right?
It's a cliffhanger. You're like, oh my god, which it's like the end of an episode, not like Netflix, so you can't watch the next episode. End the episode, and something's about to happen. Then they just do a dramatic pause, and then the ads come up. Like, next on ITV, Caroline Street, or whatever.
I have not watched TV.
Like, you don't know what's going to happen next, and that's why I don't like 6-6s. It's just...
No, yeah, I mean, I think you raise a good point, especially in 6-6s, and there's a good reason why they went out of fashion in all types of EU leagues and stuff, because as a viewer, it's not just displeasing, and also, like, for example, I'm thinking back to, so don't quote me on this because I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure Chaos Esports in the previous EU League season, the first EU League season, sorry, where they were playing, they had 6 draws in their first stage. So, and they ended up bottom of the group on like 6 points or something because there's no overtime winning and no potential to get more points. So they were just a team on the bottom because they just kept drawing every game, whether it be from the losing or winning position. So, as a team, you really don't want to be drawing, but at the start of the season or anywhere. But at this point, I think Ninso have done enough to just confirm their spot. So, I mean, I'm not sure what to expect here. I mean, it's going to be a very good game, and I think we've waffled on for long enough, Squishy. I think the players are ready to start. We're
just waiting on Team Ninso. God knows what they're going to be doing.
Yep, I think we're all ready. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, let's get into this game. We've waffled on for like around an hour. I'm not really sure. And yeah, Oregon coming to you. Blue Jays versus Team Ninso. Team Ninso is going to be starting on the attack. And Squishy, before we start, me and Liero had this little rule that we just don't talk about the first ban because the first ban is always the same operator, and the less we speak about it, the more insight we can give, basically. So let's just ignore this first ban for a bit, unless let's ignore it and just talk about like what potential bans I'm expecting to see. Oh.
No! I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Oh, it's Flores. It's normal. It's Flores.
Okay. In my defense, from the stats, Blue Jays. Okay, Blue Jays have never banned Thatcher. They always leave the other team to ban Thatcher, and Team Ninso have always banned Thatcher. From what I'm looking here on the Oregon game, so I'm expecting to see a Thatcher ban here. I don't think it's something that. Okay, thank God, balance is restored. Balance is restored. Okay, something crazy was gonna happen, but it just happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Flores as well for that elbow, and just for shields in general.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong operator. Makes sense we ban him.
Oh God, Ben, look what huge belly sent in the chat.
Tripping unit. As you know, our lovely observer and director Trippin is gold 1. So please, if you're reading in chat, drop an F in the chat for him.
Yeah,
please.
He's
trying to hit plat for the first time. He's just trying his best.
Trippin's got like £5 left over, so we can give that to you if you get him like plat free.
True. We don't condone boosting, by the way. It's all jokes. Boosting is bad. Cheating is bad. Know that, but yeah. I'm just as I said that, I'm just looking over the Oregon games, and Blue Jays on their attack bans have banned Nomad, they've banned Buck, and they've banned Flores. It's very rare for them. I don't think they've ever banned Thatcher. They always leave the other team to ban Thatcher because they just expect it, I guess. It's a kind of tactic you do. And yeah, and Team Ninso, I think, they've always banned Thatcher. So in that sense, at least on the stats or records we have here saved, Team Ninso have always banned Thatcher. So I guess it kind of makes sense for why Blue Jay didn't do it, because I think they just expect the other team to do it, or maybe they just like playing with the Thatcher, right? But we see an interesting op here in the first round, the Lion. Not really an operator you see much played on Oregon. Maybe on a more aggressive map like Coastline, you'll see it. But I think he's gonna get 6 pick off. No, he gets stuck onto that Lion. I mean, Squishy, what are you expecting to see from a Lion on Oregon?
I mean, as you said, you were shot on some maps like Coastline or Bank, but Oregon, I mean, I guess it's something different to see. Maybe for a close plant situation, maybe they're going for a play. They have Capital as well, so possible smoke plant, and then the EED goes out, and they're all just stuck there to freeze unless C4s are in the hand, which we do see. But I mean, you know, it's line, it's on Oregon, something different, which we love. We love different on Oregon because it's always the same. So it's something to look out for.
It's something different. I'm gonna be interested to see because when you bring a lion in general, it's always just to apply pressure on someone. If you kill someone, you pop a lion scan so that they can't get a refrag. You know, if someone killed one of your teammates, you pop a lion scan so they can't run away and you can get a better refrag. You know, if you're gonna start planting, you pop the lion scan. So it has a bit of versatility, but there's always better ops for the job. He's kind of like a jack of all trades, doesn't really do anything particularly well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So usually it's only the like some exceptions, like we said, or like in maps like Coastline, where it's easier to zone enemies in certain places because there's so many cross angles and crossfires you can hold on certain rooms. So it makes more sense to bring him on a map like that. But on Oregon especially, it's not really common. I don't see it as much. So I'm just gonna be interested to see how they use this utility. Maybe you're gonna try to zone out these defenders, but you can see they're only gonna be playing a kind of default hold where they're going to be holding this kitchen area. They have the people inside of security and they're playing upstairs in dorms. You can also see here the Capital. He's going to be taking this big tower control, and they have already taken big tower control. Actually, scratch that. He's just repelling in to help this Maverick out while he, opens the wall.
And it's going to look like the same old push we see from Oregon. Maverick on Attic, someone's going to be looking through those holes. They're going to just trying to force some frag grenades in, but you know, it's going to be that holding in which you said dining because, you know, Buck being in play, them having Blue can completely shut off kids and can just activate a big windows push. And that being said, Tubel is going to be taken out. That's going to be the line. Oh, the difference is gone. Save boring Oregon. Nothing else to see. But it's going to be refires coming out on the side. Neron is going to be taking out. That's the Attic push we see. And then Maestro is going to be tanking some bullets from grenades below, which might be able to get a kill if Iana is able to perfectly time those grenades.
Yeah, and I mean, if you talk about a lion and he has like almost no impact, he popped the lion scan and got shotgun straight in the face. But you can see here his teammate, not his teammate, the guy who killed him actually has the mute. He goes back, he lights up the Buck and Maverick. Actually, they've taken attic control. Actually, the Maverick and the Buck, they pushed in attic completely. Buck actually spots out the mute from those stairs, but he actually doesn't manage to get the kill as the mute there shotguns him in the face, and suddenly it's a 2v3, and the defenders know exactly what the two attackers are. They know they're pushing into that attic area, and the defusers actually drop here, which makes it 10 times worse because there's only a minute left on the clock, and you have to rotate all the way down through kitchen to try to get this diffuser. And you can see here that the mute of the Blue Jays is just going to be sitting there in this shower stall, going to be holding an angle here. None of his teammates are going to support him, so he's just going to be holding the diffuser on his own. But both of the attackers here, this Toucan as well as Den, are going to have to try to push him together, trying to get this refrag, because they know that someone's going to be trying to hold the diffuser here. The default camp spots out the Maverick. There's only 30 seconds left. They're not making an attempt to push the diffuser. I mean, this round is looking worse and worse for them, honestly, the more I look at it. You know, they're going to have to challenge this mute, they're going to have to go up the stairs, and they're going to have to challenge the Maestro with the Alba, as well as the smokes. And you can see here this SMG-11 shots come out from Hunter, from Blue Jays, and you can see here Maestro picks up the first kill, and it's all down to Den inside of attic. He pushes in, but doesn't get much after that, and that is a solid defensive round.
Yep, solid. You had the mute really, you know, that was a big play, having the diffuser in his hand, using that shotgun, because I personally love to play shotgun, like SMG-11 on the roam. It's such a monster to play against, and Hunter did that perfectly well. And having that diffuser completely changed Team Ninso's attack. They had to, you know, completely divert. They had to take on Hunter, but in the end of the day, they lost the gunfight, and it was all left up to the Maverick, and that was Skid, I believe. Not too sure, but or Den. Yeah. And he got a kill, but then he dies instantly. Not much to say. Line got taken down early, so that was the difference. All shut down in the first 20 seconds of the game. True.
It's when you bring an off operator like Lion on a map like Oregon and you don't get much value from him. He popped one Lion scan when he tried to push into security and didn't manage to land a shot onto that mute. I think it was Hunter. It might have been the smoke, but I'm pretty sure it was Hunter on the mute.
It was Hunter.
Yeah. And you just suddenly die. You drop the diffuser as well, which I'm not sure Hunter realized at the time. You drop the diffuser, you lose your 3 flashes. I'm pretty sure as a Lion brings, usually you bring the 3 flashes or the hard reach gadget, one of those 2. You lose the 2 extra Lion scans you can use, and you drop the diffuser. And suddenly your team's in a much worse position because now your players can They're pushing Attic, they're pushing a certain area. Now they have to try to rotate. You can see, I think the Buck of Reverse tried to do that. He went down those white stairs to try to get that diffuser. Hunter on the 3 stairs, swung with the shotgun, got the kill, and I think that round was done after that. You know, the diffuser dropped in a really bad position. Attackers were both pushing Attic at the time. They had to rotate again by dropping Meeting Hash, going all the way around, and now there's only like 20 seconds left on the clock. And interesting Kite Claw there. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to try to get, but you know, that's a spot maybe you're going to try to take into rank. Yeah, it's going to be getting that wall inside kitchen. So, you know, that's a cool spot. Kite spot, you know, you could take that into your rank game.
Yeah.
Pick it up when you're defending the site.
Yeah. We see a lot of, like, you know, new Kite Claw cams in scrims or in competitive games, and loads of people take that into ranked. I remember in the Mexico Major, there was a Kite Claw in dining on Chalet to get the wine double door, which I think was mainly from Coconut Bra, because I remember him posting a video, and it's always Coconut Bra finding these angles
somewhere,
absolutely.
Somehow.
And you know on Coastline, you know the purple tarmac. Yep. He
tarps.
found another way to get on the purple tarmac with the Coastline.
I mean, it's his trademark area by this point, right? It's his trademark area, you know, purple tarps. But let's stop waffling. You know, the round started. There's been an engagement already. Hibana getting lit up to around 40 hit points of health, I think, by this Aruni, who has rotated smartly back into this case. Not really wanting to take the gunfight, just trying to waste a bit more time. And you're going to be wasting a bit of utility. One line scan goes out, a few flashes go out, trying to clear out the guy in Attic, but the guy from Attic has rotated away. And I think maybe there was a Kaid playing upstairs. I'm not really sure. I think maybe there was someone else playing Attic. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the Aruni smartly is rotating away. And oh my god, you can look at the shotgun through the drone hole. When he managed to get a kill, he sees one huge belly, goes down to the shotgun through the drone hole. What a pick here coming out from Hunter. You know, he's been getting the kill, the poor Lion, and you can see here that the Kaid does get the second kill as well from Zeron, and even with the shotgun from Hunter, he's getting more aggressive. He drops the second one with the Iana. He's feeling himself, you know, he drops the Iana clone, and another one goes down, and this round is going to shamble. It's all down to its reverse on Sophia. It's going to be a hard 1v5 clutch for him. There's a minute left on the clock. He's just in his main lobby area and just caught out, and he gets the first pick, so, you know, that's the start, but doesn't manage to get the second as, oh my god, Hunter. What a round from him, you know? What a game he's had, these 2 rounds.
Yeah, Hunter on another level, and the shotgun SMG works out again. They kill through the drone hole. He finds another lovely swing onto the
Yana, yeah?
Onto the Yana, and he's just confident in his gun, and then, you know, he gets the last kill, a triple kill for him, and hopefully that can go in some crazy montage which some editors can make that even more hype. So
I mean, I just want to just feel bad for Huge Belly at this point. Both rounds, he's died to the shotgun of Hunter. He got downed and then
don't make it
both
third.
times, so.
Don't make it, and that's again Lion's whole aspect. No value at this point, and if he keeps on running it, all he has is some LNG and flashes. His ability, his Lion scan, is useless. Not giving.
I mean, you gotta consider, right? They're bringing the Lion for a reason. But I don't think they're being able to execute the plan properly. He's been able to line scan a little bit, but it's not really got much value, right? That's the trade-off when you bring like an outfit like Lion on a map like Oregon. Like, it's much harder to get value from him on a map like this, where it's just it's harder to push people, you know. And like I was saying before, on a map like Coastline, which is when you say a map like Coastline, which is just more aggressive in general, when you use the line scan, you can very easily zone out the defenders on the map. But on a map like Oregon, it's just much harder to get that same kind of value from him. So there's a reason. I'm sure there's a reason they're running him. They keep running him, so they probably don't have a plan. And yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be interested to see how that works out for them. You know, we're not gonna judge it too much. It's only 3 rounds in. They don't have the best of starts for Team Ninso, but they can definitely still get back into this game. As you know, we definitely know that Oregon is a defender-sided map. Team Ninso just needs 1 or 2 rounds. I mean, not 1 or 2. They need at least 2 rounds here, and then I think they put themselves in a pretty good defender split, basically.
Yep, and they've still got a lot. They've got 4 rounds to be able to get, maybe even possibly 4 rounds. But you know, they're gonna try and find this round on low G supply room, and it's looking like a top-down push. And hopefully, Huge Belly does not get too aggressive or get aggressed on. You know, we really want to see Line picking out these kills, and as you said, maybe something isn't working out for them because Line. It's mainly for these either roam clears, trying to stop people roaming. Like, it's like a second part of Jackal, really. It's a second part of Jackal, but is also like a post-plant situation and execute. It's an execute operator, which can, if you're planting, you slap that line, and if you move, 10 BDIs are looking straight at you, and it's very impossible to, you know, get around them. But on to this round, and again, 1 minute 50 left. They're taking a lot of control quite swiftly, and Blue Jays haven't really kind of left left the roam game, and it's gonna Belly. He's so aggressive, and he's gonna be taken out again. He's just so aggressive, and you need to understand. He's bringing Lion, who they brought purposely, not sure what for, but if he's just gonna die like this, and it's not looking good again, he's gonna tank. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. It's going to be a refrag, and that's going to be Hunter down. So it was kind of a good train. Huge belly for Hunter. Smokes down and EED's down. So quite even, but still a 4v4 moment left. Then Team Ninso have been quite aggressive in this freezer laundry push. And I don't seem to be getting any hatches. But so that C4's going to hit Den Jaeger, but it's not going to be able to take him out.
Unlucky.
That's unlucky. But a double for Zerek as he takes out reversed in freezer, but it's going to be a lovely refrag, and Toucan's going to be able to get that trade, and that's going to be a 3v3, 50 seconds left, and it might just be a 3v2, bullets being shot out by both members, but not landing on either one. Toucan and Den still low, so very possible for Blue Jays to take them out quite swiftly.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, and I mean, it's looked much better from Team Ninso than the last few rounds. They got the control they needed. They still have a bit of time in 30 seconds, and it's still a 3v3. So it's very doable for them, but they're going to have to play this very well to execute the shot perfectly, considering the Maestro, and that's not exactly the start you wanted, and that's not what exactly you wanted either, as Neron and the Maestro do get 2 kills of their own. But you can see how Dan, he's pushed up, he gets the first kill, but doesn't manage to get the second. No, and that's Jaeger picking up the refrag onto that Hibana. And as I was saying, Team Ninso, they look much better than they did in the last 2 rounds, but
yeah.
Ultimately, in a 3v3 like that against a Maestro Alda, losing that first pick and then not getting refragged, immediately losing the second pick, it just poured Dan on his own. Lit up by the C4 early in the round, not much he could have done there. And yeah, I mean, once again, we've been saying the same thing over and over, sounding like a broken record about how they're not getting Lion value. And that round, he didn't even use any of his utility. He literally just pushed it with his gun, and that's all he did. So, I don't know if we're being too critical of the team. They like the reason they're pulling the Lion. Like, they have a reason. And I don't know if we're being too critical of that, because the Lion is just not getting any value at all. It just did. Last round, he didn't use his abilities at all. He didn't use any flashes. He didn't use anything. He just held, he held down mouse 1, and he died. That's what happened there. So,
it's not like Ella 2.0, really? Ella shotgun.
I just hope. Yeah, maybe. But I know what you mean, if you know, Ella 2.0. But hopefully sort him out. I think the biggest problem was that why was he pushing first and not the Iana, who was pushing with him, right? When you have more utility on you have more utility on the Lion, and it makes sense that Iana, who has the better capabilities as a fragging role, to push first. So I'm not really understood why Huge Value was trying to aggress that, especially considering that he could have easily supported Iana by just popping the scan and all that Iana tried to peek. There's a few different ways that they could have played that. I think would have been a bit better. And
5 seconds remaining.
but yeah, I mean, Blue Jays look like a really dominant team so far. That was a much better round from Team Ninso to get the control they wanted, to try to execute onto the side. But ultimately, the Blue Jays came out clutch in those 3v3 situations, and that round was that round. And now, it's a tough talk. When you lose your first 3 attacking rounds in a row, it puts a damper on the mental for most teams. But you're gonna have to pull it back here. They're gonna need to get 2 of these next 3 rounds if they want to manage to get a average split on Oregon.
And hopefully for them they're able to get these rounds back, because that's what they need. They can't let they have another cycle rotation and they get them to 6-0 unless they really want to win 6 rounds and make it so entertaining. But again, they're going to be back on top floor. It's going to be difficult for them to attack, but hopefully they can do something different and finally give some line value. Just like you said, we're sounding like a broken record, but please, Belly, on that line, do something. Utilize his ability and try and get something out of it. But again, like last round, it's going to be looking like the same. People pushing dining, pushing kitchen, maybe going for a big window. But again, it's going to be Maverick on the attic and 4 nades in the hands of both Sen and... I am jinxing the life bite now. Yep, cast the curse. There you go. And talking about that nade, he's going to get a nade. And he's just going to look for more and more. And there you go. Skid getting that nade. And there you go. 5v4 so early in the round. 1 minute 30 remaining. And it's looking in the side of team in advantage. It's going to be 2 more added on to that. Hunter's going to be taken down. 5v3. Hunter, the big man, taken out quite early, playing aggressive and being instantly punished for it. But again, huge belly. That's what we love to see. Lion finding a kill on Valkyrie. It's now going to be a 2v5. They have this site control and they're both in the side of Trophy and 1 top. White and a double kill for Dennis. He's going to find the head of blitz, and it's just going to be now on these right stairs and be able to pick it off. And a lovely round. Skid getting that last kill and a flawless round in the side of Blue Jays.
Whew. I mean, you know, I think we casted cursed Team Ninso into pulling back a really good round. I mean, I think that's what happened, which, you know, it's good. You know, we wanted a bit more competition. I think that's exactly what Team Ninso needed. They needed a kind of flawless round to put themselves back on the grid. I'm sure the IGL is screaming at them from the past few rounds because they're not doing what they're told, etc., etc. But they've sorted the issues out, it seems, at least so far from that one round. They've got that flawless round, which is what they needed. And now they can just move on to this next one and maybe hope to build on that, you know? And I think that especially when they get that first opening pick like that with the frag from underneath the floor, it just starts... basically, it starts, what's the correct word? Snowballing them into a better round, and then they can pick up the second one. That's unfortunate. I think the Nomad picked off the... Was it the Goyo playing in Attic? I'm not really sure who was playing the Attic there. But just a perspective of playing... They were just playing very close to the wall, and how some perspective in this game works, and we're playing very close to that wall. The Nomad can see a bit of your body before you can see their face, and, you know, just give you a position. And, yeah, I mean, solid round from Team Ninso, but they're gonna have to attack into this meeting again. And the last time they were meeting, Hunter just destroyed them. Right? He kind of swung 2 times. He destroyed it. It was a massacre. So I'm not sure if they're gonna go for a similar kind of push, where they're gonna try to push this meeting site, or they're gonna pull a page from the strat book, I guess, and go for a different kind of attack. Maybe try to push kitchen. Maybe try to get body control. Try to take control of Attic first. Get most of that, but. I'm not, because I don't think I'm not sure exactly how the attack was last one. I'm pretty sure they just tried to.
It was just Hunter, man. It was just Hunter. He just took the shot.
It was just Hunter, right? I'm not really sure how the attack. I know for a fact they were trying to push into meeting. I'm not really sure if they got control of Attic by opening the hole and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what they had done, and I know for a fact they hadn't pushed kitchen, but. I mean, the round was over just so fast, I didn't get a chance to see all that, but yeah.
Yeah, like, it was on Hunter playing that aggressive play with the shotgun out.
Oh, the drone! Free drone.
Yeah, that's so much intel. Like, that could literally win you the whole game. But
Yeah,
again, my belly!
Huge
He's
belly.
taken out again. He got 1 kill. And he's like, yeah, 1 kill's enough for me. I'll just end on 1 and 7. Like, come on, Belly. That's so much value gone. But again, and that being said, what I was saying before about Hunter. He's playing aggressive in that last round. He was trying to play aggressive and he got instantly picked off. The Team Ninso fought onto that play, and if he keeps up with it, they're just going to be doing the same thing, holding it and just getting ready for it. But again, 4v5, Belly's gone, and hopefully, you know, Hunter can, you know, for his team and for the people supporting him, for their sake, he's able to, you know, add up 2 or 3 or 4 more kills for his team.
And yeah, I mean, I don't think that Belly dying there was particularly his fault. I'm pretty sure he just the Jaeger was just misdrawn. I don't think they had drawn that far into that basement. I'm not sure exactly where he was, but I think that he was somewhere in that bottom blue stair, some tower, or maybe he was just flanked up. But there was no flying drone, there was no claymore, no nomad trap, just no or maybe he was misdrawn. Whatever the case, it's just gotta be bad for Belly at this point. You know, like it was just not a stay at this, but. You know, it is looking much better. Even though Team Ninso lost that initial pick, they've looked much better here on this round. They've got all the picks they needed, and I say that, you know, Cassica's then into getting down, but it does look like he might get picked up here as there's no one for the follow-up kill, and the Buck here is just opening up these vertical holes onto the kitchen side, and it seems like maybe their primary focus here is going to be pushing that kitchen, but oh my god, Akira, you can't be doing that. Stop that right now. You look into the hatch, you see your head, and you just hit it, and it's dead. That's not something you're supposed to do.
Tukin nearly got the hatch wrong. He was just on the lava road to get the hat. It's really unfortunate. Now a 3v5, and then they added up the scoreline, and it was looking like a strong push from Team Ninso. They had all this vertical control, and they were about to get meeting hatch, but again, Akira just completely shut that down, and their kids controlled the vertical. But it's looking like a switch, and they're going to be forced to go for meeting breach, and Splits are going to tank some damage and not be able to be taken down, but hopefully then can find that kill. But it's going to be Akira getting a double on this round. He's going to be looking to get another, but it's going to be a double kill for, I believe, I don't know actually the name.
I think it's Akira, you know, it doesn't you know.
As
if you're wondering, let's just let the round play out and reverse into 1v5. Not much you could do there. You're just completely nowhere near his team, just trying to hold the flank, etc. And he was not in a good position there, and that was kind of done. But yeah, I mean, basically, if you're not understanding, there's a bit of lag going on. We can't really see the names, as the quality is a bit low. So I must apologize if that is why we couldn't really see the names, and we're calling here by the wrong name. It's just a bit hard from our perspective to see that, so we do apologize. But I think it's going to hopefully get fixed soon. That's why we've gone to a bit of a rehost. But yeah, I mean, let's just go through that game. So far we watched 5 rounds. It's a 4-1 split so far. And Team Ninso, apart from that one round where they flawless in that third, where they got that initial pick, they've just been steamrolled. I would say they've lost 2 rounds in a flawless fashion. One of the rounds was a 3v3, but they lost, and I think the first round when they dropped the diffuser in no man's land, and that was just done on its own. But yeah, they just look a bit unorganized. They look a bit worse for wear from the 3 starting rounds. In the last 1 or 2, they've looked a bit better in sorting them out, and it was unlucky. Even though it was a flawless round, it wasn't the type of flawless round that happened in round 2.
Yeah.
It looked a bit more. Cohesive. They had the control they wanted. They opened those angles. I think it's unfortunate that 2 kind of died on the hatch. If he managed to get that open, I think you're looking at maybe a kind of different scoreline, a much closer round. But he managed to didn't. As Akra just disgusting shot, might I add. Just jumps onto the stage, looks behind him, just sees a head, and oh, there's a head there. I'm just gonna press M1 and ow. Melusi presses M1, MP5, one of my favorite guns in the game, just destroys Toucan, and he's not able to open the hatch. And when you can't open the hatch, it's harder to, there's holes, it's harder to completely cut off all the angles in that one meeting area, and that suddenly just leaves as an attacker in a much worse spot, especially the Jaeger of Splix was on such low HP because he survived, and then the Iana was forced to push into that double door on green and sees Melusi just not expecting her, and even though he managed to land a shot, the Melusi was in a much better position, manages to kill him, and now it's a 2v5, and now it's a 1v5 because someone else won the gunfight, and the round was basically done. But I mean, all right, I'm just getting word from production right now that we're going to be restarting the stream right now. Don't go anywhere. It's just going to be just to help fix some of the issues. We'll be right back soon as the games will happen. BlueJay versus Team Ninso. We'll be back in a minute to 2 or 3. So yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.